Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, quick shout, something very, very quick I just wanted to get off my chest and I think you guys need to know. Two of our better boxers, pretty good boxers, renowned, very known, very popular. One would be Canelo Alvarez, the other would be Anthony Joshua. Now, over the years, I probably haven't been fans of neither one of these guys because I feel that they've been coddled from the boxing community and from promoters and from sanctioning bodies and things, and I've explained it over the years. But at this point here, it's getting harder for both of them, and I think they're both finished at the elite level. Both of them, Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez. I don't know which one I start with. Let me just start with Anthony Joshua real quick. Anthony Joshua right now, after those two losses versus Alexander Usyk, we know he lost to Andy Ruiz Jr., and, he's been rattled and rocked in many fights. So at the end of the day, right now he's being told he shouldn't fight Deontay Wilder from David Price, Roy Jones. He's got to get his training together. He's going around looking for other trainers for the fight, for this next fight. I don't think he's going to be able to fight anybody elite. And what I mean by elite, you're probably talking about the first five in any division, right? Who is he going to fight? He's not going to fight Wilder. We saw he's not going to fight Tyson Fury, right? Tyson Fury is with his newfound power. That's an issue. Joe Joyce, he better not even think about that. You know what I mean? So we can't go by fight Alexander Usyk again. Who do we think he's going to fight? Maybe a rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. It's probably the only thing that I see that he's the possibility for him to probably win. I even think we can go lower than that, and here's a problem. I think Filip Hrgović is a problem for him. I think pretty much anybody, right? And we all know it. So that's it as far as elite goes with Anthony Joshua. I don't see a comeback here. I don't see him running off 2 or 3 fights against people that we know that people that are hard. Just to put it like that, I don't see that happen. Simple. Let's go to Canelo Alvarez. We don't need to make this long. Canelo Alvarez, right? His whole career, when he was at 154 pounds, was he the best there? Right? You had Demetrius Andrade there, and Demetrius Andrade was begging. You had Jamal and Jamel Charlo. You had Lara. We saw what happened there. So was he the best before he went to 160? Nah. 160, he had an opportunity to fight Demetrius Andrade for undisputed. He had a fight. His mandatory was who? Jamal Charlo. And then, hey, instead of fighting that, we got this new franchise belt, which is probably the most egregious thing I've seen in boxing for a couple of years, right? Boom. That had to happen. But was he the best at 160 before he went up? No. 168, we see right now, David Morrell, David Benavidez, they're not going to get fought, even though the WBA is consolidating its belts. They're not mentioning that belt, though. And David Morrell has been the regular champion for forever. David Benavidez, we know the story with that. David Benavidez stripped of the WBC title at the beginning of COVID for being overweight. What happens? They just gave it to Canelo Alvarez when he fought for the WBA with Callum Smith. And they just gave him the title instead of saying, hey, no, you fight our champion, right? And matter of fact, another thing about David Benavidez, because we remember with Tyson Fury, we were talking about lineal champ, this and that. Well, that's David Benavidez too. We don't seem to mention it anymore right now. Those are the differences. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at the fact that, nobody really wants Canelo to fight anyone hard. And if we go up to light heavyweight division where he was over there messing with Bivol, well, actually he was trying to avoid other fighters. So he's not going to beat Bivol. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. He's not going to fight Gilberto Ramirez because he's got to keep that title as the best Mexican fighter. So he ain't going to fight a good Mexican. Okay, so he's not going to fight Gilberto Ramirez. And he's definitely not fighting Artur Beterbiev. So what division and what elite fighters is Canelo going to fight? And here's the deal. Let's just make this clear. I and you were able to predict that he's going to fight John Ryder. You know why we were able to predict that? Because we know he's not fighting anybody elite. That's it with elite for those guys. So at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez, we can just stop the shenanigans. There is no more elite. They are not the best in the division and won't ever be anymore. Watch what I tell you. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.